Hi, good evening. It's now day two for us through the isolation. We've already broken up from the school due to unforeseen circumstances. Now, again, this is the second day for my blog about food and budgeting, which I know for a lot of parents is going to be a real challenge at the moment. And one of the main reasons for this is due to panic buying. So, like, one thing you've got to think about is how can I budget without any money? And then the second thing is how can you budget if you haven't got any food? Now, portion sizes. This is usually the sort of size plate I use for my children. My children are 15 months old, 4 years old, and 6 years old. Now, there'll be a lot of information online, and there should be even more information online, especially if you go like on the NHS website, for example, that will give you information and guidelines as to the sorts of things you should ideally be feeding your children. And one of the other things is obviously portion sizes. And as much as I don't really want people to think about or stress about doing that during the time they're off school, it's things like calorie counting. So as long as your children are getting the right amount of calories per day, then at the moment I would focus on that more than what they're actually eating, because at the moment, you can only realistically feed them what you have in stock. So if, for example, you've only got beans on toast, you need to check online and see how many calories beans on toast will be compared to the age of your child. Again, these are all just rough guidelines, they're all estimates. Another thing I want to point out, you can hear my children, so I'm just going to be quick with this, is if they are saying they are hungry, before you panic and think, oh my God, I'm starving my child, or maybe I've not fed them enough because I can't afford to, or we haven't got the food in, think about the fact that they might actually be thirsty. Because sometimes children, as much as adults, can't always distinguish between being hungry and thirsty. So try giving them a glass of water first. I mean, on average, as an adult, I don't know what it is for children, you're supposed to drink about 8 glasses of water a day. So think about that. If you haven't got milk or juice or anything else that you can potentially be giving your children to drink, just remember, they should be having so much water per day. At the moment, Council Pop, water out of the tap, it's still free. And, and make sure that with every meal you give them, that you are giving them, like, a glass of water. It will also help them with a lot of, like, health benefits to water as well. But what you want to be careful is obviously not giving them too much water. So again, research on the NHS website. This is the main meal of the day that I'm giving my children. Yes, I know it's chips, but it's also with peas, which I'm hoping they'll eat. And then there's a small pie from my local butcher's. A lot of the food that I've actually brought or have on here is stuff I've either already had in stock or I've been able to purchase locally. And again, I would stress to everybody, if possible, try and purchase locally if you can. If not, look and consider about going further afield. But before you do rush out to obviously go and purchase anything, just make sure, you haven't got that extra tin of beans or packet of cornflakes or whatever it is, hiding in the cupboard somewhere. So thank you very much for viewing, and please carry on doing so.